have to hold it to record?
Yeah, it's done. You have to like tap it and then hold it for a second. When you see the numbers going.
Alright, Alright, first things first.
Who are we?
Shit, that's a good question.
Well, I'm glad that you've asked that, because as the captain of this motley crew, I feel that it is my duty to begin the introductions. And the first person that I would like to introduce, and by first I do mean only, tonight.
Script.
Oh, shit.
Well, I do have 2 pages worth of notes.
Yeah, you might want to hand type those next time.
I thought that
They
we were
look
going
really
to be...
difficult to read.
On a typewriter maybe or something?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, what do you
Take it old
Stanley
school.
Kubrick? Jesus. This man is about drive. He's about power. He stays hungry. He is named after Norman Peterson from Cheers. His favorite ice cream flavor is Neapolitan because he just likes all the flavors and hell, it's going to the same place anyways. It is Dalton the Grim Keeper Lott.
Strawberry's my favorite.
If you don't like strawberry ice cream, then fuck you.
I guess
know what
since
to
you
do with my
introduced me, I have to introduce the next person. So, to the other end of the table down here is the man wearing a Oklahoma Warriors jersey, a brand. Well,
That's
I say brand new team, but a new
Brand
team
new to
for
us.
Oklahoma. Yeah, new to Oklahoma. Known this man longer than the rest of the team, but it was definitely because of this man I am now a part of this team. So, Caleb Wiedmer.
Cameron.
The
This
tag
man.
team.
Yeah, this man, captain of the team. His dad recently commented on our last podcast that I was his favorite podcaster. And you know, Mark, you're my favorite fan. So, hopefully I disappoint you less than your son. Mark's son, everybody, Cameron Bernier.
I'm gonna
Give him one of these.
Before we started, Dalton asked me, he said, how are we going to introduce Britney? And I was like, I don't know anything about her. So,
I know. I think you talked to me the least out of the whole group.
well, we work the farthest away.
Yeah, fuck you too.
No.
You're over it.
The only girl on the team. Also the only person whose name starts with a B on the team.
But I will say she has more children than anyone else who is a parent on the team.
Is that true too?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Brittany is arguably the better of the 2 soccer players on our team. So,
Don't say that.
I'm not even gonna dispute that at all. I was a goaltender, of course that was the
you're
worst.
fucking terrible.
I'll have like a whole ass like 7 conversations in my head, and then I'll blurt something random ass out, and I'm like, yeah, that probably didn't make sense to anybody because I didn't verbalize
No, I get
all
that
of
too. I kind of agree with you entirely. I
Like
think
when
that
I
y'all
train
just
people
phrase
at
it
work
better than me.
especially, I do the same thing because y'all see, I got 4 monitors and I'm constantly doing like 3 different things at a time
Totally.
because I can't fucking focus on one task at a time. And when I train, I have to tell the people I'm training, hey, if I start trying to talk about too many things or I jump because like I think of something in my head that reminds me of something else.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm
oh, I
sure,
should
like,
probably
what
tell
I'll
them
want.
that even though it's unrelated to the task at hand. I'm like, just rein me back in because I'll be like, ooh, shiny. Hey, let me tell you about this.
I think that's also just our generation and like social media and the way we like focus on things. And it's it like when people start to say like, oh, people like there's addiction to social media, I'm starting to be like, yeah, I kind of agree with that now because now that I'm off of it, I'm starting to notice it more too. And it's just, I don't know. I think that like we are wired and programmed differently than the generations before us.
Oh, for sure.
So
Spaz.
the generations before us don't really have the answers as to
You look
our.
like a fucking cat abuser. Get out of here.
I think that because you know
now, it's fine.
it's like a generational thing
Do you remember?
that
then-
ages or generations before us don't know really how to diagnose it or treat it because they're not used to it. They've never been in a generation where they could have all of the information ever at their fingertips at once. When before you had to like hope that the encyclopedia was up to date enough to have all the information you were looking for.
You don't know about that life, Caleb. I know you're not old enough
You know,
for that shit.
so like I don't know. I feel like we're just in a weird generation where everything is just
y'all
trial
always
and error.
have
again.
like where you could get on the internet for your research for essays and stuff.
Oh, I've used the internet my
No.
entire life for everything.
I
Really?
haven't. Well, I lived in the boonies. We didn't have
Oh.
the internet.
So you guys actually had to go to the library and get the encyclopedias?
No, I just didn't
Didn't
do
do
research.
Well, you see, I've done both.
Fuck
I-
it.
I
I've done
eventually got the internet. I'm trying to remember when I really got it. I got the internet like middle school, probably. which is when it started like, oh, I guess I'm going to need this to do homework. But, like, it was still very basic, slow internet, and so it's like, God, I hope I asked this question right, because I don't want to have to wait for it to reboot everything.
When I was in elementary school, like, I still used typewriters to type my essays.
You're fucking full of shit.
Nope.
How
I
old
do.
are
That's
you?
serious.
No, I do
I'm
remember
33.
using typewriters.
We had typewriter.
I've
Would you
used
fucking
typewriters.
star in the movie
listen.
Misery?
No, that's a good fucking movie though. That bitch was crazy.
And Rose is dead.
Okay, so what you might not know is that there
Painkillers.
were more advanced typewriters. Like you could actually delete on them and stuff. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like the old
I've
school
heard
ones.
that.
Like they were kind of electronic. You plug it in.
That's dope.
Yeah, but
I don't know
no, that's
those,
what. But there was like 15 people living in my grandma's house. I mean, yes, they had. My grandma had her desktop and my grandfather had his, but he used his for business. And nobody was allowed to use their computers. You know, we would have fucked everything up. So we still had to use dictionaries and thesauruses and encyclopedias and type our shit up on typewriters. Like that's just
That's how it was when we first got the internet in my house. My mom always gets like the new technology before me and my dad do, and then she gets it gets passed down to my dad, and then it gets passed down to me. And she got a laptop first, and we were all kind of like, oh, wow, look at this. And none of us knew what to do with it, and so I would have to ask, like, Mom, can I get on the computer and play a game? And she'd be like, yeah, fine. And they're like, I was like, I don't even know where to go. So I'd have to like, games on the computer. That's what I was typing. I was like, I don't even
You
know
didn't
what
know how to
do.
find like the Minesweeper and shit.
No, because I just didn't know. And oh yeah, I did have pinball.
Solitaire, pinball, and
Yeah, I
Minesweeper
fucked
were
up
like
some
the
pinball.
common ones.
Pinball.
But yeah, it was like my first summer being left home alone, and I don't know, I was probably like 11 or 12 maybe, and I asked Mom, I was like, oh Mom, can I like get on the computer and play games while you're gone? She's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I pulled it up, and I was sitting there, and I was like, I'm unsupervised on the internet. I can do whatever. And so not knowing what to do, I was like, boobs.
You didn't know about the history.
I had no idea what to do with that, so I was like, oh god, just type that in. And then nothing was ever said about it. So I don't know if she ever caught me. I don't think so, just because I don't think she had a reason to like check.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my first attempt.
So
I was
did you
like,
see boobs?
no.
Why not?
Well, because I
Came back too fast, like, oh god.
There weren't enough uploaded to the internet back then.
yeah.
The only boob he saw was himself
Well,
in the mirror.
You still had to buy the magazines at the gas station.
What I did is I got boobs, Google Images, and then like I think I saw boobs, but they were like not quite what I was looking for. Like, okay,
Naked boobs.
I was like, this is
Naked
I don't.
women boobs.
Yeah, basically I was like,
You gotta be
Pam
real
Anderson.
specific.
I didn't know any names
You
at the
gotta
time.
be so fucking specific.
Well,
Or
that's-
you just get a fat man on the beach in a Speedo.
That's the thing, right? So you
licking,
type it in.
licking the ice cream he dripped off his sunburnt teeth.
God. So that's the thing, right? You type it in, and at the time it would pop up like just covered boobs or like the I Love Boobies wristbands and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And so I was like, I clearly don't know what I'm
bragging,
doing here, so I just backed out of it. I was like, I gotta go away. So I
Abort,
just
abort.
I closed it all out and
That's
shut it down. I
hilarious.
was like, I'm done.
I remember the first time I was caught looking at porn. Yeah, it was before school. I was a just,
Like school hadn't
Like
been
in the
invented
morning?
yet.
no. Yeah. It was. No, I was like. So I used to have to wake up at like fucking 5 a.m. and then my mother would take me to my grandmother's house at like 6 a.m. and then hang out at my grandma's house from 6 a.m. until like when school started, you know, and then she'd take me to school. So there'd be some mornings where I'd go to my grandma's house and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take a nap, you know, and then there'd be some mornings where I'm like, I'm up, like fuck it, you know. And I guess one morning I was just
He was
really
really up,
I
yeah.
was really up. And it was before MySpace and shit, so I was like on
Zanga.
Yeah, I was on Zanga, baby.
That's when you start learning your own coding.
Yeah, and I was like,
Oh,
you
how do
know,
I get a
there's
pink
accounts for
font?
everything on Zanga. I bet there's accounts for sex. And sure enough, Grandma walks in right after that.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
So I'm assuming yours actually yielded some.
Oh no, there was
Results there.
body parts on the screen at the moment when my grandma walked in, and she was ashamed, and I was trying to be like, it's not as bad as you think it is.
Trying to downplay it.
Like, yeah, like I'm just a fucking horny teenager. Shit.
What are you gonna talk about while he's gone?
Oh, hey, that's a great question. Bebop, you got anything? No.
Did you call her
I don't know.
Bebop?
Don't know
Maybe I did.
anything
Maybe I
about-
did. What's it to you?
Well, okay. I don't like the hostility.
I'm not
It's just a
hostile.
general question.
I was answering your question.
First of all, I asked if you called her Bebop because I was telling Rashawn earlier about the dog shit nicknaming abilities on this team.
I was there for that too, and I agree.
And I
No,
hold on, no,
He's gonna counter
For-
when he
okay,
actually
no,
likes
hang on,
Bebop.
hang on.
I
hang
do.
on,
One
hang on.
specific instance.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles, bro. Bebop and Rocksteady.
I feel like this team, at the beginning, I feel like nicknames are starting to come up a little bit more casually right now, and they're getting good. Bebop is great. I think that's actually a really good name for Britney. I don't have a problem
Bebop's
with that.
fantastic.
You're just upset because Huddleston
late to the game, though. That's
picked your
basically
nickname as Little Bitch Boy with a Little Dick who sucks little dicks.
That is the best nickname
You're right,
I think
and then
I've
Jesse
ever
followed
heard.
with like Twink Boy or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. I am. That's what's killing me.
Fucking
The
European
fact that my
femboy.
nickname is longer than my real name. So, no. But like, when we were calling Jesse Deuce, I never called him Deuce because I was like, Deuce is kind of lame.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but when y'all were telling me all the nicknames, I was like, oh, these guys are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, yeah. The problem was, and I was explaining to Rashawn, I was like, I think they were so focused on trying to get them, they were forcing them, and they weren't cool.
Yeah, they're
But Big Toe,
Big Toe fucks.
Big Toe
so
fucks.
hard.
That's
dude.
such a good nickname.
Big
for
Toe
him.
is the best
And
nickname
then
for
I think
Jesse.
Bebop's great because Britney isn't really that offensive,
And-
so
and-
she doesn't need to be Big
And,
Toe.
and I love mine personally, to be fair. I just thought that Deuces was like a half-ass nickname, and I was like, we could do better. And then when Big Toe came up, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Big
I
Toe
still
stuck.
call him
It's-
Deuce.
It's
And that's fine,
always
and that's fine. You can
better-
call him Deuce,
It's
that's
always
fine.
better when it comes up organically, and the more time you spend together, and the more you start playing and starting to figure each other out, then they kind of start.
But here's the thing. Deuce came up for Cameron and Jesse when Jesse was trying to learn hockey in general on the Pandas. Big Toe came up as the boys. So
Yeah.
for me and Cameron, or me and Caleb, we see
God
Jesse
damn,
as...
he's as fucking bad as Huddleston.
I'm sorry, Cameron, Caleb, that's very similar.
I mean,
Not at all.
for the longest time I kept wanting to call you Dalton. And, actually, I kept
Okay,
wanting
so
to call
that-
you both Caleb because neither of you look like Daltons to me.
Thank you.
It's fine.
I was like, they're
That-
just both
You're
gonna
not
be
the
Caleb,
only
and they're
one.
up each
No,
other's
you're not
asses
the
all
only
the time,
one.
so they're
That
one
is
the same.
unbelievably fucking common for
Even
us.
came to me about a promotion that he was getting.
Yeah,
You know
when
what I'm
when
saying?
I was getting my 11, I was all bent out of shape because I hadn't gotten any emails or nothing. I was like, where the fuck is my email? Like, I know I applied for this.
And they're sending them to him.
And, well,
No.
no. I ended up getting them, but they were going to, like, a spam folder I hadn't checked. But while I was all pissy about it, he comes up to me and goes, hey, Andrew just told me about this promotion I'm about to get. And I was like, you're full of
You're
shit.
fucking with me.
No, he didn't. He goes, yeah, I swear to God, he did. And I was like, did he say your name? And he goes, no. He just kind of pointed at me and was like, hey, you check your email, you're getting a promotion. And I was like, I don't know about that. So then later I went and
What a
checked
dick.
mine.
I
Well,
had to
I
figure
didn't
out-
say this to him because I wanted
No faith in
Well,
you.
I told him
Well,
too.
no,
I was like,
the problem was he hadn't actually applied.
that
for
was the
it.
thing. I was like, I never applied for a promotion, so
Yeah.
what the fuck? This is
At
wild,
the,
you
at
know?
the time,
Yeah.
at the time, Dalton was like, I'm not gonna apply for these 11s. Fuck that. And I was like, well, I'm still gonna. So when I got mine, I was like, oh, wild. But before that, when he told me he was getting it, I was like, you didn't even apply. What the fuck?
No, I'm sad that Hudsy's not here because Hudsy really wanted to talk about Cale Makar today and his insane shot. Cale Makar, defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche, launched his shot really high above the net. It bounces off of the glass behind the goalie. It bounces off of the glass, hits the goalie's foot, and goes in. It's a goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfectly legal.
Way she
Perfectly
goes.
legal.
Okay.
Insane. I mean, straight up, it's just fun to watch. Great. It's a great goal to watch.
I mean, he ripped it from the blue line, right?
So,
Yeah, it was a
so you
powerful
got super
fucking
lucky,
shot.
and now you guys want to talk about it?
Well, I mean, it was just an incredible shot to see. Like just statistically.
All right, well, Brittany's
would-
uninvited to the next podcast.
Oh, I mean, there's
Here's
rules.
this thing that you guys enjoy, and you want to talk about it? You guys want to talk about a thing you enjoy? You guys want to talk about a thing that only happens like once every 20 years in the NHL? Is that what you guys want to talk about? Yeah, okay.
One of the greatest defensemen ever in hockey, ever.
Oh, okay, all right. Wait just a goddamn minute.
You don't think Cale Makar?
Why don't you put some respect on Bobby Orr's fucking name?
I just said one.
I don't have Cale Makar tattooed on my fucking bicep. I have Bobby Orr tattooed on
I didn't
there
know the entire
because Bobby
NHL
Orr scored 122 fucking points in 1973 or 4 or who gives a fuck and has 2 Stanley
gives a
Cups
fuck?
and not Cale Makar, he has 1.
I didn't know that the entire NHL Hall of Fame consisted of who was tattooed on Cameron's fucking body.
You're gonna call Cale Makar the greatest defenseman
I said
in the
one of.
NHL?
I said one of.
You said the greatest back.
Refer to the tape. Refer to the tape.
Fucking play it. That's
One of the greatest defensemen. One of the greatest defensemen. One of the greatest defensemen.
Do you really have somebody tattooed on your bicep?
I thought you just had like the
That's
king and...
Bobby Orr.
I thought
Let
you
me
meant
see.
like a face, and
Oh.
I was like,
No.
come on, let me see that.
Oh, okay.
No, Cale
How were
Makar.
we supposed to know that was him?
Yeah,
It's the most famous goal in hockey history. It was the flying goal in
That is-
1972 when we beat the fucking St. Louis Blues.
I won't argue
4-0
that.
Cam,
completely.
I wasn't fucking around in 1970.
Neither was I.
I'm not going to argue this, as I agree with you on that part. But
There's a statue of him in the hub on Causeway doing that.
I don't know what any of those words are.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard the hub and I immediately was like, Pornhub?
Yeah, I was like,
You know what? That's probably
The
on
only
there.
hub I know about.
yeah, you know that goal is probably on Pornhub as well. I agree.
Probably.
When I mentioned it to you, I thought it had bounced off of his mask, and then you said if it was going to be illegal or not. I looked into it. If it would have bounced off of his mask, it would not have been legal. So I do think it is
Why?
like because it's an equipment thing. Like you can't head a goal, you can't head a puck into the
Oh,
net.
that's stupid.
Yeah, Jared McCann for the Kraken actually had a call on him against the Wild game for that because they thought the puck bounced off his helmet and went to the goal. It actually bounced off his back. Because it was off his back, it was completely legal.
It's a concussion thing.
Yeah. So
I mean, if I'm gonna go for it, that's on me.
in soccer they let you head him in.
Yeah, no, that's right. Fuck it. If I'm willing to risk getting hurt.
but also your back contains your spine, and there was probably no padding where the
No, the
puck hit
goalies
him.
wear pads on their
Well,
back.
well, in the instance I'm talking about where the thing hit their pack, it was a player, but the goalie it hit their skate, which is arguably
Still
not legal.
equipment. It's
Yeah,
still
you,
equipment.
arguably
you
not
can't,
legal.
You can't kick
Can't
a goal
kick it in. Yeah, I thought he said you could.
The argument becomes a distinct kicking motion. And
Okay.
So why would
since-
it?
Oh,
You
because that
finish
could
that,
be
and then I've
dangerous
got an
'cause you could
argument.
cut
So
somebody,
he was
right?
down in the butterfly
Yes.
and was pushing off with this leg to go hug the post because he thought the
Yes.
puck was over there. So by pushing off with this leg and going to move, it was there and it was just pushed in.
Yeah, it just kicked the skate in or the puck in essentially.
Okay, so if you can't kick a goal in, and it's based off the kicking motion, if it bounced off his head, he didn't head it in. It bounced off because he didn't make the distinct motion.
Agreed.
So why would that be illegal?
Yeah.
Because you don't get a concussion from hitting your foot.
Well,
I know,
Yeah,
but
but
if
you
you're
could
if you're
slice
basing
somebody
it off
open.
of the motion,
well, okay, so in the
Yeah,
goal,
if he didn't intentionally do it, like,
So-
let's not waste this potential concussion and not give them a fucking
well,
point
in the
for it.
Seattle Kraken goal where they were determining if it was a header or not, he did kind of do a motion.
yeah.
And some would argue it was to avoid the puck. He kind of like laughed at me like, yeah, because he was heading it. You know, he was trying to.
Well,
at
and
least.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in this instance where
Fair.
you guys brought up,
If it just
You're-
bounced
you're
off
hyping
of
if
his
it bounced
mask.
off, if
Yeah.
it bounced off his mask,
Yeah.
that would have been illegal. I think that's a stupid call. If the rule for the foot is that it has to be a distinct kicking motion,
Yeah.
then it should be the same for the head. Because
Okay.
if it bounces off a player,
I mean, you're
just
just
how
in
it
the right
goes.
place at the right fucking time.
Ma-
Yeah.
ma-
It
ma-
is what it is.
Maybe it is worded that way and I misinterpreted it.
well, that's how he said
So
it.
I do
So-
believe that it is a distinct motion when it comes to the helmet
Right.
because Dustin Byfuglien would rocket pucks off the side of the goalie's mask and in.
Okay, and they count those.
So yes,
allowed that?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, goalies can take a puck off the mask. That's totally legal, but I did not know it could go off the mask into the goal and be legal. So that's
I'm 97% sure.
I would trust you over me, so I believe that.
I don't
you,
fucking
you
trust
know
me at all.
hockey. You know hockey way better than I do. I
If those are
promise
the
that.
rules, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
I'm
don't-
pretty sure it becomes a deliberate motion.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
when
definitely with Caleb. Yeah, if you're not intentionally trying to head it into the goal and you're in the right spot at the right time and it bounces off you, why
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
you not get a goal
It's
for
just
that?
the way she goes.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? I don't know what team it was because they were not wearing their normal jerseys, but they were wearing like these green and red jerseys, and like there's the goalie and a skater, and like the puck kind of comes in. The skater looks like he tries to like bat the puck out of the air, but he actually like bats it into the goal.
That I'm pretty sure was a KHL game.
Oh,
Can
really?
you do that? Can you?
No.
No,
Okay.
No,
it's illegal.
But
technically.
what's goofy about it is he does it on his own goal.
Yeah, he was trying to like bat it out of the way. and
Yeah.
just
And he like totally swipes it. It almost looks like he grabs it and dunks
Threw
it
it
in. But it's
yeah. I know which video you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that was in a KHL game.
What's
Okay.
KHL?
It's
the
some
lower league than NHL.
it's the Russian National League. I forget what the
Oh,
K
okay.
stands for. Yeah, so speaking of countries that have their own league, I don't know if it was in a prior podcast or where the conversation came up, but we were talking about Australian hockey players.
Yes, I brought that up actually.
Was it
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Ah,
Still a country.
Australia? Yeah, we know.
Croatia.
Oh, Croatia's still a country code.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Doubt me again.
I wasn't doubting you. I just
Uh-huh.
like to check things sometimes.
But yes, I did question if Australia was hockey or competitive at hockey at least.
Yes, so on the Elite Prospects database, which is just a database online that has pages for people who played hockey.
IMDb for hockey.
Arguably not at the beer league level, but either college or above. Australia has 2,788 players who are registered in the database.
No kidding.
2 of them have made it to the NHL.
Woo! Let's go Australia!
Jason Elliott, who played 0 games but was drafted in 1975,
Fuck yeah.
and Nathan Walker, who currently plays for the St. Louis Blues.
Really?
Yes.
All right, Nathan Walker. I'm gonna write that down. He's gonna be one of my favorite players. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. I wanna monitor this guy.
Now, for contrast, we did look up
You got a thing for
Oklahoma.
Australia?
Okay, Perry, that was going to be my next question.
Yes.
How many people from Oklahoma have made it to the NHL?
Yes.
7. I was guessing.
So there are 57 players from Oklahoma.
That is,
Hang on.
Way better than I thought.
Who have way more?
that's way more than I thought.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, that's from collegiate on up.
Okay.
4 of them have made the NHL.
Okay.
Which ones are
That's
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 more than
much-
Australia.
That's impressive.
it is
considering
more
the
than
size of
Australia.
Oklahoma
Yes,
compared to Australia.
twice as many as Australia. So Dan Woodley,
It makes it sound so much more impressive that way.
yeah, twice as many is way better than just 4. Dan Woodley, who I believe he played for the Blackhawks. Nope, I lied. That's Tyler Arneson, who played 486 games with the Blackhawks.
Okay.
I think Dan Woodley was the Red Wings. Matt Donovan, who runs the squash hockey training camp, but not for adults anymore because he probably got laughed out of the building, played for the Nashville Predators, but now plays for the Milwaukee Admirals. And the John Merrill from the Wild have played 406 games for the Wild. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's only 3 names.
One of those 4. He's mentioned 4.
Who are they?
Dan Woodley, Tyler Arneson, Matt Donovan, and John
Dan
Merrill.
Woodley didn't mention how many games or who he played for. He just kind of
He
mentioned.
played 5 games.
Okay.
5 games in the NHL.
Gotcha. That's
Hey,
5
you know
more
what?
than me.
If I played 1 game in the NHL, I'd be like, put the respect on my fucking name.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a jersey with my fucking name on it. Aren't there?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I mean, considering that there were at least 4 to 5 times the amount of players that made it the collegiate level in the country of Australia, but we still had twice in the NHL from Oklahoma.
4 to 5. We had 57. They had 2,788. I
Oh,
would argue that's more than
2,700. That's a
4 or
lot
5
more.
times.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more than 5 times. You're right. But yeah, I'd say just.
I would argue that's like 500 times.
I would say, Cameron, that you have better odds at making the NHL being here than you would in Australia.
But you've got terrible odds for playing at collegiate level. So you really got to make the jump.
Yeah.
We got a pond hockey tournament coming up.
I'm really excited about that.
Me fucking too. Oh my god. Are you going to play in this?
December 18th.
Yeah.
Is it really December 18th?
December 18th.
That's the day after I graduate my EMT school.
Ooh, ooh.
Congratulations.
I
You're
haven't done
graduating,
it
right?
yet.
Oh, but that's going to be awesome.
Don't celebrate too early.
So
Don't
Caleb
wanna
is now the
Right.
team EMT. Should
I'll be
anything
the
happen,
team
guys-
medic.
Yeah,
That'd be lit.
anytime someone gets hurt, Caleb's like first responder.
Bro, can I
Can
get
we
a
get your
sick
little
medic
waist-
patch?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure can.
Cool.
Can it look vaguely like a
Damn it.
I mean, it's white instead of red. I don't see why
Can
not.
we get him a helmet that he can like take off his and throw on the EMT helmet instead? So
Put
we
some
can like,
lights on
oh,
it.
hold
Get
on.
one of those little tap lights.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Can we get a stretcher too? Like just the old
Made of
school-
hockey sticks?
There's no wheels, it's got skates on it.
Yes.
You know what? Yes, we can.
Perfect.
We can absolutely do this.
Caleb, this is your role.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to say something about the whole. You said use the hockey sticks. So in the military, they teach you to turn your jacket,
Best
your
friend's
uniform
gay.
jacket, into like a gurney. Basically, you can get sticks or whatever, run them through the sleeves, and you can totally do that.
That makes sense.
Take
I
2
mean,
jerseys off, get a couple of hockey sticks.
You just want to see us without jerseys.
can we make jerseys that have the little tassels on them so we can stick hockey jerseys?
Honestly, we can't.
Pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
Honestly, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Why not?
We're the boys.
We
Can we
make
just
our
get
own fucking
tassels?
rules.
We them boys.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Lines?
lie. I would wear a jersey that had tassels.
Tassels?
on it.
Some
That'd be
rhinestones?
badass.
Get some fucking fringe on there.
Yes. Yeah.
Give it the old Evgeny Kuznetsov dirty bird.
You look like a fucking vulture.
That's because I am.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Spider-Man. Well, it was 2 weeks ago, but we did have Evander Kane getting stepped on.
God, that
by
was so hard to watch.
Oh yeah, he slit
Big
his
rig
wrist.
Pat Maroon, yeah.
I saw that too.
That
Yeah,
is
Oh,
fucking-
is that the one where we were talking about needing the Kevlar?
Got his radial artery and his tendon out for 4 months.
God, that's hard to watch too.
It's a very quick reminder of how dangerous it really is. You know, you just kind of look at it as, oh, a bunch of lumbering giants fucking doing their thing. But at the end of the day, I mean, you do have sharp ass pieces of metal attached to your feet, and then you're colliding at high speeds.
Well, and it's like everybody's first fear when they think about ice skating is like, oh, I don't want to fall and get my fingers cut off. And everybody kind of brushes it off like, it never happens. I've never seen it. You know, they're not that sharp. And then it happens to the pros, and you're like, well, fuck, this is a lot harder to explain now.
I actually have a scar on my hand right here from like the one time I went ice skating as a child, and they had like is it a Zamboni? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, they did the ice thing, and everybody was like falling all over the fucking place. I don't know if they did it right or something. Then they made us get off the ice again, and everybody's scrambling for the door, and everybody's falling down. And I remember I fell down, and some kid's skate went right over my knuckle and cut it open.
It sounds like to me
Was it
they
bleeding?
zambonied it and it didn't dry quick enough, and a bunch of kids went out there and it was still kind of wet a little bit.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe,
I was like
but
7.
Yeah, it sounds like that was also
I don't know.
20-something years.
Everybody
ago.
was falling. It almost sounds like the skates were not sharp.
That's also a huge factor of places when you rent skates. They don't.
It was at
ever-
Blazers too.
Oh,
Oh,
Blazers
yeah,
is
then-
notorious.
It was
for
a
never
birthday
sharpening
party.
their
We were
skates.
there for a birthday party.
Blazers never sharpens their rental
They
skates.
still haven't been
Yeah,
sharpened.
no, but I have.
No, they bought them once and
That's
then said
from
this will
enough
do.
from it.
That'll
Sorry,
be
it's
big.
this one right here.
They have a
Slice me open.
they have like top of the line skate sharpening equipment and don't use it unless you pay for it. You know.
And then they still didn't even use it well.
Well, so they use the rental skates or the training skates for when they have people come in and like learn how to use the big machine. So some of those rental skates like actually have a V carved into the middle of them. It's kind of crazy to see. Like, oh fuck,
Yeah, those are some sharp skates.
those are some edges, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NHL is talking about making Kevlar like material to wear for the arms, and
It's gonna be hot as shit.
it's got to be right.
You would think, right? It'd have to be.
I mean,
hot.
it doesn't breathe very well, so it's gotta be hot as shit.
So, like, would it be optional at least?
So that becomes the question. They the NHL just mandated that you have to wear a helmet during warm-ups.
Okay.
And anybody who's in the league now can be grandfathered into not wearing it, just like they did with visors, they did with helmets. So the question would be, if they make this mandatory, would they grandfather in, or what? I mean, they do have like the Kevlar infused skate socks that like come up to your knee to protect whatever that fucking thing is. What is
Sure.
it, a calf?
Sure.
Boom.
Baby cow. Whatever. I can understand it to an extent for pros, because like you're dealing with pucks shot at like 60+ mile an hour. You know, usually, right?
I feel like that's a little low.
I have no idea. That you
I'm
look at me, I
not
can't
sure.
verify.
Like,
I would have what?
we're talking about the Kevlar, the anti-cut stuff.
What I'm talking about is like Kevlar would be a little more protective than just like a standard pad. Am I not mistaken in that?
You
I
are.
think it-
You are mistaken.
Okay, how so?
Because Kevlar itself is just a fabric. Just happens to be like cut resistant stuff. It's not bulletproof until you do a lot of other shit to it.
Really?
You
Okay.
stack
Yeah.
like several thousand fucking.
So it's not. It doesn't do anything to help protect the players.
It
So
does.
it's not about impact.
It's cut
about
resistant.
It's cut resistant. So
Just to protect from the blade of the skate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not worth it. I think that should be optional. 100%. I think the players should be able to choose if they want to wear that or not. Then.
I'm 100% in your corner. But I should also get to choose if I wear fucking safety glasses at work, and OSHA says no. So I'm sure the NHL has their version of OSHA. NOSHA, I guess. I don't know.
Nova Scotia. I don't know.
So I mean, at some point, what the NHL says will go, and
That's fair.
they'll do it because you're playing the fucking greatest sport on earth at the highest level on earth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, if I was in the NHL and I was getting paid any solid money, like, fucking tell me to dress like a clown. I'll go fucking skate around.
That's fair. That's also fair. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna mandate it for the pros, it should be mandated across the board, and then it should be price affordable for everyone.
yeah, but the,
USA Hockey will
NHL
probably-
doesn't mandate what the fuck I do at the Blazers Center because they don't pay me.
So yes, but if USA Hockey, who like what's the word I'm looking for? They don't sponsor our league, but like our league is run under USA Hockey.
Regulates.
Regulates. They regulate our league. If USA Hockey says you have to have these things, then you have
Then
to
the
have these
facilities will have to enforce those rules.
Fair.
things. Yes,
Yeah.
because of insurance and all that shit.
So for the first time in career history, the Seattle Kraken won their first overtime 3-on-3 at home.
Not to be pedantic, it would be franchise history.
Franchise history, excuse me.
What'd you say?
Organization, I don't know.
You said career.
Career, excuse me. Franchise history. The Kraken won their
Fucking
first one
idiot.
against the New York Rangers, which was huge, especially considering they had just lost that one against the Winnipeg Jets. And it was horseshit. And it sucked. So, as a Kraken fan, it just feels fucking good to
I
finally
was about
see
to
them
ask
play.
if you were a Kraken fan because you tend to mention them a lot.
So, to be 100% transparent here, I've always been a Boston fan. And then when I joined the Kraken, we were all kind of talking about teams. Now, I would never claim I'm a bigger Boston fan than Cameron because Cameron actually keeps
Just look
up
at the
with
size of him.
Well, he keeps up with it. At the point in which I was introduced to playing hockey with them, I hadn't kept up with hockey in a minute. But a lot of my favorite players who still play in the NHL do still play for the Bruins. Basically, Boston fan before I was a Kraken fan. When I joined the team, Cameron suggested because I was new to hockey and the Kraken was new to the NHL, it'd be a good team for me.
That's not how that happened.
That's not how that happened? I thought that's how that happened.
Wrong.
You can always tell he's getting ready.
Wrong.
What happened?
Go for it.
What exactly happened?
Let him have
Jesse assigned you both teams.
Okay.
He did.
Okay. Jesse
Because
assigned me the team.
I was very insistent on pick a team, any team, it doesn't matter. Start watching, learn players, learn plays, learn positions. And Jesse went, you're from the West Coast. You can
I'm
have the
not.
Golden Knights.
That's not.
You're the newest addition to the team. You could have the newest team in the NHL.
Gotcha.
That's not how that happened.
And I'm fair. I'm fine with that for that reason. I think that's a totally valid reason. I've kind of been playing off that ever since.
I think it's kind of dumb. Everyone
Really?
should be a Bruins fan.
I do love me some Brad Marchand, so I do agree.
Who doesn't?
He is.
I'm not from the West Coast.
Your dad
Oh,
is.
I think it's because of the Sharks. Your dad was a Sharks
The
fan.
Sharks came way after. Jesse didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well then.
So here's what happened. Jesse came up and he's like, "Oh, you like blacksmithing and stuff? You'd be a Golden Knights fan, just like the Knights and everything." That's what he said.
Wow.
Because
That's
I
fucking
had
nerdy.
because I had one time mentioned to Jesse like, "Oh yeah, sometimes in my off time I do blacksmithing in the garage. Not very well. It's a hobby."
the second newest member.
That's
second
it.
newest team.
And so he was like, "Oh, the Golden Knights, that's for you." And I still do like the Golden Knights. I think their logo's sick. I like the way they play. They're fun.
Your colors are cool.
But
too.
then my family are Sharks fans, so I'm like, oh, okay, it makes it easier to bond with my dad. So,
Because you needed all the help you could get.
Guys, I just checked my phone. There is 10 minutes until the nukes drop. There's no chance of us avoiding this. We're going to die in 9 minutes and 53 seconds. What are we doing?
Okay, so here's the deal. Everybody likes to think they're going to do main character shit.
Sure. I mean,
I'm going to climb on the roof. I'm going to watch the sunset.
I'm an
I'm gonna spend time with my loved ones. You're not. You're gonna panic. You're gonna freak out. Oh, holy fuck! The world is ending. We're all going to die.
Well,
Human nature. You're not dying on your terms. You're dying on somebody else's, and you're gonna panic. You're gonna freak out.
Well, to be 100% honest, would you, like right now, if you knew you had 10 minutes left, or not even that, you have 9 minutes left. You can't even make it home right now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm gonna probably hyperventilate and shit myself in the corner.
You're really gonna think about it the whole time? You're just gonna be like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I would love to sit here and look you in the eyes and say, "Fuck, we got the sticks. One more game of hockey, boys.
I mean, shit.
Let's go out on a high note."
Why not? Why the fuck not?
But I also think that in uber stressful situations, maybe I'm not the best. Maybe I do freak out. Maybe I do panic. You know? Maybe I'm like, oh my
all
God.
qualities we look for in a captain.
Look, here's the deal. When it's a breakaway, all right? When it's a breakaway and you're plowing towards that fucking goaltender and you got that puck on your stick, the world is your burrito. You could fucking do whatever you want. Yeah, it's look, come on. Oh, fuck, what do I do? Do I shoot? Do I deke? Do I give him the fucking Gordon Bombay triple deke? Like, I don't know. What do I do? And then you fuck up the shot. Ask Jesse about his shootout attempt.
Fair enough. I mean, like,
I know it's a faux pas to bring that one up, but he's not here. Fuck him.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't think of that. I would at least make a phone call. Don't get me wrong.
See, the lines are going to be jammed.
Yeah, I would.
Once we got the alert, everybody's going to be calling everybody.
Here's-
Send a text, maybe.
Here's the
Maybe,
deal,
maybe.
right? Who the fuck am I gonna call? Really? I call my mom,
Yeah.
and then my dad's gonna be mad because I didn't call him. Fuck that. Here's what's gonna happen. My phone's gonna go off.
Well, he's not going to be mad long, so
No.
there's that.
You're
Well-
going to call my dad.
Here's the thing. Yeah, that's it. They're like, hey, just want to talk. Whatever, I have nothing to say. Here's what's happening. My phone's gonna go off and be like, 10 minutes till nukes land, and I'm not gonna believe it. I'm like, you're full of
It's
shit.
too surreal.
Yeah, I'll be like, nah, you're full of shit, and I'm gonna get on the fucking Xbox and probably play a game right now. Now, if we were at work, he asked me this question earlier at work, and I told him,
he did as well.
I said, I'd probably get in a fight with somebody. So I don't know who yet, but I'd probably just find somebody around that I vaguely had issues with and just get in a fight.
Jeremiah.
Bleep this out.
Jeremiah.
Bleep this part out. I'm hunting down. Leave that whole statement. Just bleep out the name and let people fucking wonder.
Brittany, you got 7 minutes left. What are you doing?
To be honest, I would probably try to drive to my kids.
You think so?
Even if I didn't think I was gonna make it, like I would
Look
try.
at Brittany. The
She's
professional
like, I
mom.
want to die driving in traffic. Yeah, that's how I
I
want
want
to
to
go.
die how I lived, stuck in line at the gate.
Oh my god, no, that would be terrible. That'd be the fucking worst. No, I mean, if I'm leaving from here, like, I would try. It's about 12 minutes.
Oh, you can make it.
If I'm doing like
Yeah,
80.
It's like 35 minutes from
At
me.
this
I'm
point,
not
what's the
making
Yeah,
ticket? You're gonna die in 5 minutes. Just go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure there would probably be a lot of people driving around. Hopefully not. But
Oh, I believe there'd be
I would
some
attempt
people.
to go see my kids. at
you're
least.
gonna have people just trying to escape, no matter what. Yeah, that's.
You know, because I'm like you. You're panicking, but to me, I'd be panicking about all the other things. Like, what if I've been wrong about the afterlife? Like, I don't know. Like, what if the Egyptians had it right? You need to be buried with your loved ones. Like, I would want to get to my kids. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I would feel about it.
Those are very stressful last minute thoughts.
I know.
Yeah, holy
Oh
shit.
man, what if all these other religions were right?
What if
I feel like
aliens did
Christianity's
build the
probably the
pyramid?
furthest from the truth, to be honest.
Brittany's
but-
gonna go home and buy one of those coexist stickers to cover all their bases.
Elvis Presley reportedly wore, it was a Star of David, fucking crucifix, and like whatever the other religious
Just in
symbol
case,
was. Yeah.
you know.
And he
You never-
said, It's
all right to have
I've
a
gone
plan
this
B and
long,
C.
I'm not going to get locked out of heaven on a technicality.
Right?
Like, no,
Okay,
you know
so
what? Big
I'm not
energy.
the only one that thinks about stuff like that. Like, you know.
No, I
But
see
it's
a lot
good
of
for the
like,
king.
I see a lot of videos on Instagram or TikTok like that where it's like somebody made it up to heaven and God's like grilling them, and it's some one obscure rule. Is like, oh, you missed the technicality there, you know, shit like that.
They do have a lot of specifics to like getting in, right? You know, you have to be baptized or whatever.
Me.
I don't know. Like, I mean,
Well, you've done it.
What am I, the most religious person in the room?
From what I've understood from previous
Probably.
topics, we've definitely dabbled in it at least a little bit. At least been dipped in it.
Right. Bleep that part out too.
But
Does she watch these?
I don't know.
You think his wife supports him?
But I'm
that
not going to
too.
go home and have a fight based on a technicality.
so we're down to 4.5 minutes, y'all. Nukes are coming.
How me and Dalton are fucking.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? We're right here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but think about
Everybody
this,
else thinks we do already, so we might as well, right?
Give the people what they want.
Give them what they want. Let's upload it.
though. Bro, could you imagine?
Wait, who's
like,
taken and who's given?
I was about to say, could you imagine
We'll
like
swap.
your last couple of
Look,
seconds, like on the second
what a
to go,
thoughtful partner you
like,
have.
We'll swap both of you.
like on the second to go, and he sticks it and I go, oh, that's what it's like, and then I die. Like,
Yeah, can you imagine?
It would not be
Can you
that
imagine
calm,
discovering something about yourself seconds before dying? Like, fuck, I should have been gay this whole time.
No, it probably would not. You wouldn't take it that well. As probably the only person in this room who has taken a dig in the ass, that's not the face you're gonna make.
You don't know what Dalton does in his free time.
listen,
got
I've
a
had
little
plenty
plug
of
in there.
showers. Curious, okay?
I saw. I'm gonna out myself real quick.
Oh yes.
I recently was on a porn website.
Recently.
Yeah.
I don't know, 30 minutes ago.
Listen, I don't want to say when. It may have been
Just before you
today.
guys showed up.
I was on some questionable website, and an ad on the website had a girl take a hot dog up her ass and then shit it back onto the bun, and a man ate it. And I was like, "Whoa!"
I mean, this is really on par with some other conversations we've had, especially involving cereal and spaghetti. So.
Anyways.
Would y'all eat a shit dog?
No! Cameron
Hot dogs aren't even that
sent-
good by themselves.
Cameron sent me a meme where it was the dog hot, and it was a hot dog that had been cut with a piece of bread in the middle. And I wouldn't even eat that. If somebody handed me that, I'd be like, kill yourself. Don't you fucking dare hand me this abomination right now. So yeah, I would not eat the shit dog. All right. What's up, buddy?
I'm trying to keep 10 minutes going solid, but I can't follow that.
I also try to go 10 minutes solid, but
I can't follow that. We have 2.5 minutes left and I don't know what to do.
Oh, he actually started a timer.
Yeah.
He really is keeping track.
that's what we're ending the episode on.
Realistic as possible.
Well, that's
As
it.
if we were. In my mind, Hudson would already be in your bathroom jerking off right now.
He would.
Yeah,
No,
100%.
Huddleston wouldn't even leave the room.
No, he probably. I bet you Hudson would get real weird real fast.
Quick, guys, on my chest for real. Like, let's do it for real. Let's just one last blow, guys.
Like it hasn't been a joke this whole time.
He did. When I brought this up to him, because I brought it to him to give him time to think about it, just in case he did, come up with
I
something.
didn't think about it at all until just now.
And he did say something like, I would want to do it close to a wall, so when I at least it would leave an imprint.
No,
Look at the Omniplex when you're kids,
Yeah.
the fucking shadow wall.
That was what you said, because Huddleston straight up said, I'd probably just start jerking it. And so then Dolan was like, make sure your shadow is you against the wall. And then we brought up the guy from Pompeii jerking in the middle of the street. Yeah. It's Huddleston reincarnated. Every major disaster has a Huddleston jerking it the whole time.
I'm going out in the way I want to be.
I bet you there'd be a lot more this time. So the Pompeii guy, I bet you he was probably the first one, or at least the first one that everybody knows about. And it's he's like, this fucking, they're gonna love the hose, gonna love this. He's rubbing out. And then,
Pompeii was actually a really raunchy civilization. Their brothels and they had special coins and stuff for
Hell yeah.
their they had menus at their brothels and they were very advanced.
Wow.
And
Historian Britney over
Oh
there.
yes, I would love.
it was something random I read very
Anyways.
recently, so
Anyways, that guy's like, I'll rub one out, I'll get immortalized forever as the guy beaten off at the end. And then, as time went on, we all found out about it. And I bet you nowadays, if when the nuke goes off, there'd probably be a lot of people that are like, the fucking Pompeii guy had it right. And there's going to be, if somebody that comes by behind us to, see all the shadows, there's probably a million motherfuckers just beating it because they're like, I'm the fucking next Pompeii guy. Yeah.